Kerala is often celebrated as one of India's most advanced states, boasting high literacy rates, high life expectancy, and a rich social fabric. But look at the state's industrial output compared to its neighbor, Tamil Nadu. While Tamil Nadu employs over 2.6 million industrial workers in massive tech and manufacturing hubs, Kerala employs fewer than 400,000. This economic gap traces back to a rigid political system. For decades, power has swung between two political coalitions, the Left Democratic Front, or LDF, and the United Democratic Front, or UDF. They trade places in government, but the underlying economic policies remain virtually identical. Without domestic job creation, the state's most valuable economic asset has no choice but to leave. Educated, highly skilled young people are forced to migrate outside the state, or outside the country, just to find work. Rajeev Chandrasekhar enters this entrenched political landscape as an unconventional challenger. His campaign avoids chipping away at local seats, or slightly tilting the balance of power. He calls for a reset of Kerala's political culture, shifting the debate toward economic development. To see how he plans to break a 30-year political monopoly, we have to look at his resume. He is applying the strategies of a Silicon Valley tech startup to regional Indian politics. In the late 1980s, Chandrasekhar turned down a job offer from Microsoft to join another rising tech company, Intel. At Intel, he worked as a central processing unit, or CPU, architect, helping to design the hardware for the Pentium processor. A CPU is the primary component of a computer that acts as its brain. Designing these literal building blocks of modern technology requires a zero-tolerance approach to systemic inefficiencies. Every logical path on the chip must function perfectly. He brought that mindset back to India in the early 1990s, where he built the country's first major cellular network. Years later, he acted as a whistleblower to expose the 2G spectrum scam, a massive corruption case involving the misallocation of cellular bandwidth. First-hand experience watching corrupt political systems stifle young tech enterprises became the catalyst for his move from the business world into politics. In Kerala, his party, the BJP, has traditionally been viewed through a narrow ideological lens, which has struggled to capture a majority share of the electorate. Chandrasekhar bypasses that old narrative. He pitches data-driven economic development, demanding the state focus on infrastructure and job creation instead of ideological divides. His core message targets the state's youth. He argues that the education system and local economy are unprepared for the impending wave of artificial intelligence, technology that enables machines to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, and they need immediate technological upgrades to compete globally. He also proposes an overhaul of Kerala's massive tourism industry. Instead of replicating the nightclub and party models of other regions, he is pushing to develop high-end wellness and spiritual tourism hubs that align with the local culture while driving revenue. Chandrasekhar treats the electorate like a consumer base, offering a specific economic product designed to make the legacy monopolies look obsolete. The legacy parties recognize the threat of this rebranding. The LDF and UDF have mobilized their political machinery to counter his campaign. They have deployed online troll armies to amplify attacks and spread narratives claiming he has secret alliances with the opposing side, a tactic designed to alienate minority voters and keep them loyal to the established coalitions. Instead of getting bogged down in what he calls shoot-and-scoot propaganda, Chandrasekhar responds by repeatedly challenging the chief minister and opposition leaders to public, data-driven debates about state finances and investment metrics. The intensity of these attacks from the duopoly suggests his startup strategy is threatening their long-held market dominance. For this political startup, success doesn't require immediately forming a government. The first step is simply proving that a market exists for his platform. Data from the recent election in Thiruvananthapuram shows his messaging successfully broke through traditional, entrenched voting blocks. This chart tracks the party's performance in the region. By capturing 20% of the vote share, his campaign took the party from a fringe player and turned it into a highly relevant alternative. Chandrasekhar's campaign stands as a test case for modern India. We are watching an experiment to see if performance-based economics can disrupt and overwrite decades of entrenched ideological politics.